You know, the actions on Capitol Hill tomorrow will affect our nation for years to come. Both houses of Congress will meet to ultimately certify the results of the presidential election, the electoral votes. The joint session is part of an 1887 law on how Congress certifies the Electoral College. Republicans, including at least a dozen senators and many more House members, are pledging to challenge the state's certification of election results.
In fact, at least 2 lawmakers from our area say they plan to object tomorrow when the results of the Electoral College are read. They're Congressman Warren Davidson, I should say, who represents Butler County, and Indiana Senator Mike Braun, both Republicans. Other tri-state lawmakers in Washington have either said outright they won't object, have suggested they won't object, or haven't said yet publicly what they plan to do.
This is the foundational premise of our republic. I mean, we depend on the consent of the governed expressed in our elections. And if we can't have elections that people trust, that whole premise is undermined.
The debate over the results of the election is expected to last for hours tomorrow. ABC News will have it covered for you. And Congressman Davidson says he has big questions about how the election was conducted in some states.
WCPO 9 News reporter Jake Ryle spoke with him about his decision to object and what it means moving forward.
Wednesday marks what is traditionally a ceremonial proceeding in Congress to count the votes and then to certify the results. But this year it's met with a little bit of backlash. Representative Warren Davidson of Ohio's 8th District has made it clear he'll object to counting electoral votes for 6 states.
I've been telling people, look, the remedy here of disqualifying electors is a harsh remedy. It shouldn't be taken lightly.
He says it's needed to defend the Constitution.
I think that the duty is to look through the results of the election, and what's been clear is no state is so sovereign that they can fail to phrase, whether it's by their laws or their actions, equal protection under the laws. And in election law, that's been phrased one person, one vote.
Representative Davidson says he wants to see a chain of custody for the ballots in the 6 contested states, even though states like Georgia have had 2 recounts, one done by hand.
The facts are the facts. We followed the law, we followed the Constitution, and those are the accurate results of that election in November.
In Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, there have been 48 post-election lawsuits. 10 of them were dropped, 25 were dismissed. As of Tuesday, there are no credible allegations of any irregularity that would have impacted the results of the election. Ryan Salzman, a political science professor at Northern Kentucky University, says most of those who object are doing so on procedural grounds. But he says the issue has nothing to do with procedure, but rather a case of politics. Representative Davidson says the only remedy to the current situation is to disqualify the electors.
I believe that it's right that it's the remedy because, you know, people can hold their members of Congress, their representatives and their senators accountable. We stand for elections. And you know, the voters will be able to say, we agree with you or disagree with you. Of course, this will be one of many votes that we cast, but it's a huge, very consequential one.
The path to an overturned election is bleak. Democrats control the House, while the Republicans do have a small majority in the Senate. For now, Jake Ryle, WCPO 9 News.